A couple weeks ago, I started a test of comparing Unmineable to Mining Dutch to RainbowMiner to see if we can figure out what at least at that point in time, what the most profitable, netting us the most cryptocurrency would be. And today I want to show you the results, and they were actually somewhat surprising to me, and we're going to go over those. So if you're not aware, I did put out a video of running this test, and we are using 3 towers running in HiveOS that we're running 2 Sapphire G Pro X08s, which are the Radeon RX 6700s, non-XTs, and we are mining Kapow for this test. So for Unmineable, we're just mining Kapow there. Now, Unminable's Kapow is using Ravencoin. And then we also chose to do Mining Dutch. And with Mining Dutch, it's a little bit different in that it actually supports mining all of the coins on Kapow. So this is the full coin list here that was being mined. And last but not least, we had RainbowMiner running. Now, RainbowMiner, similarly, was using a combination of all of the Kapow coins that are listed on Zergpool, on Zpool, Hash Cryptos, Unmineable. So a whole combination of all of those. And as I mentioned, the results were somewhat surprising in that the top earner was actually Unmineable, and we're going to start with that one first. So we earned 16.72 coins. Now, I do want to mention this test ran for about 16 days. We started it on January 26th, 2025, and it ran till basically a half hour to an hour ago. So that would be February 11th. So the start and stop times are around the same. And we're looking at a good solid 16 days of just 2 GPUs mining on each one, all at the same time. So we use 6 total GPUs, 2 on Unmineable, 2 on Mining Dutch, 2 on RainbowMiner. And as I mentioned, with with Unmineable rather, we were able to achieve 16.72 coins. And again, we're auto converting these to Doge. So everything I show you today is going to be in Doge. On Mining Dutch, if we hop on over to our wallet, we can see there are a couple coins here that are unconverted, but for the most part, we earned 14.48 Doge. So you can see that's somewhat significantly less than what we were getting here on Unmineable. And in last place was actually RainbowMiner. And if we add up everything together, we got 13.52 Doge. So what does that realistically look like? Let's just pop over. I've got a little notepad file here to show you. So for Unmineable, we got $4.23 worth of Doge over that period. For Mining Dutch, it was essentially 86% of the Unmineable value. So we got 14% less mining all the various Kapow coins on Mining Dutch. And so that was $3.67. The difference there is around 56 cents. These are US dollars taken at the time of the recording of this video. And then on RainbowMiner, we got 13.53, which was another 6% less than what Mining Dutch was. So that was actually 80% of what we got on Unmineable. So you're looking at 20% less than Unmineable, $3.43, which was a difference of 80 cents. So some significant differences here. I was expecting a little bit lower on RainbowMiner just because we're using Zergpool and Zpool, and those tend to not be the greatest from a conversion standpoint. But they are the easiest to convert to a plethora of coins. Mining Dutch, not bad. I was actually surprised with Unmineable that it did so well compared to Mining Dutch. So this was definitely nice to see here. Now, if we take a look at how RainbowMiner actually did the breakout, what we can see is we ended up with 0.16 on hash cryptos, 0.0017 on Unmineable, 3.34 on Zergpool, but then we also had an additional 10 because we actually got a payout to our wallet on this past Sunday. So we got a payout of 10.01. So we actually got about 13.3 from Zergpool, 0.009 from Zpool. And so if we hop on over to Zergpool, we can just take a quick glance here. And let's go ahead and give this a refresh. And what we can see is FriendCoin. And it actually switched to BitWeb as well, which is YesScript R16, which this is rather interesting because we were mining with GPUs. And I would have thought it would have mostly stayed on Kapow for these cards, but it actually switched to YesScript. And this may be contributing to why we're getting some lower rewards with RainbowMiner. And obviously you could select those on and off if you wanted to. But you can kind of see from a total reward standpoint, you got 3,501 rewards. But if we come over and we look at blocks that we've hit with our miners, this kind of gives us a good understanding of if we solo mined, what we would have gotten. So we had BitWeb in here, we had FriendCoin, and then we had a bunch of Hypera. This was mining Hypera on and off for quite a bit. And then you can see more FriendCoin, Hypera. Scrolling down, also Nova. It was dual mining Hypera and Nova at the same time. And you can see we actually would have hit 732 total blocks had we been solo mining. But the bulk of those are going to be Hypera, as you can see. And let's just go a couple more pages over. See, BitWeb was sprinkled in there. Got Hypera. Next page, more Hypera and Nova. And more Hypera. You can see there are a few orphan blocks in there. Procyon was in here as well, which is another Kapow coin. And moving on. Here we can see that we also had Doge GPU, which is a newer Kapow coin. So we're hitting some blocks on that one early on. Hypera, also Etho Protocol, which is interesting because this is an ETH hash coin. So at some point, it thought that Etho Protocol, which used to be Ether 1, was more profitable than the other Kapow coins. So I actually switched to that. And it switched to that quite a bit here early on. You can see a whole bunch of blocks being hit on that one. And then we can see Hypera's in here, Procyon's in here, more Etho, even Ursula, which is heavy hash. Not K heavy hash, but regular heavy hash. The optical Bitcoin algo. And then Avis, which is also another ETH hash coin. It was on that a bunch as well. So I have a feeling that the fact that it was mining some of the ETH hash coins, some of the YesScript coins, probably contributed to that 6% difference that we're seeing between mining Dutch and RainbowMiner, especially when we're using Zergpool. This is something just to keep in mind if you are deciding to use RainbowMiner for this. The nice thing with RainbowMiner is it does leverage all these auto exchanging pools, but you're also adding in an additional layer on top of that versus just mining direct to the pool. And then if we hop over to Zpool, you can see we can't actually see our earnings because there was nothing really recent. We only got less than 0.01 Doge here, so it wasn't on there very long. Hash Cryptos, kind of see the same thing. It mined Kapow for a short stretch, but we only got 0.08 there. Unmineable, once again, there was just a couple short stretches there where Unmineable Kapow was the most profitable. So those are the results. Somewhat surprising and actually nice that Unmineable performed so well. And again, we only tested Kapow on this, so other algorithms could vary across the platforms. But I am very heavy on the Kapow as far as the GPUs I run. So I generally keep most of my GPUs on Kapow, and that was a big reason for me running this test. Now, I still may put this up against my profit switcher and auto exchanger that I have right now due to the issues going on with ZegX. If I do it, I may put it on TradeOgre and not ZegX. So that is something that I'm going to evaluate. If you guys are interested in seeing me pit, let's say, Unmineable versus my profit switcher, an auto exchanger using TradeOgre, and seeing how that works, let me know down in the comments below.